Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the channel. See, now this video right here, this video literally just hit me at the moment. I promise you, I just got up from a nap. But this is a video that I most definitely need to touch on, right? So I've been going through a phase where I've been just living and I've been observing and I've been recognizing. Shout out to Charleston White once again. Charleston White is another person who made me look at things from a different perspective. So like right now, right, you look at the presidential race, you look at what's going on between Donald Trump and Kamala Harris, right? So here's the thing that I dislike about Kamala Harris. You know what I mean? I don't know what the title of this video is going to be. I don't know if it's going to be aimed at her or I don't know if it's just going to be something else. But the thing is this: you got a woman in Kamala Harris who's pretending. You know, she's using a narrative of something that she is not, which is a black woman. Now, most black women obviously are probably siding with Kamala just because they think that she's black. That's all they care about. They don't give a damn about whether she's a qualified person to run the United States. All they're looking at is what her skin pigment, which in their mind, they correlate to the fact that she's black, but this has been said from Charleston White, Judge Joe Brown, and from various sources that she is not black, she's Indian. Her parents doesn't identify as black. So if neither one of your parents identifies black, and if neither one of your parents have ever said that they have black in their bloodline, what makes you black? But the black community, as long as you're coming with a pro-black approach, that's all that matters. So for this video specifically, this is where I want to shift the direction from. I'm gonna take it, which is still here, but I'm gonna put it here for right now, and I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna address this later on. Probably not this video, a separate video, and we're gonna talk about the image of the black woman. So if you know me, you know when I talk about when you look at what's being promoted, and when you look at what's being pushed, and when you look at what's being put out there for everyone to see about the black woman, 9 times out of 10, what do you see? Megan Thee Stallion, Glorilla, Sexy Red, all these other females that's pushing the hoism line. Like when you look at most of these entertainment black women, all you see are them on the internet or in music videos with half naked pictures. Like I was looking at a picture with Coy Leray the other day, and she was half naked on there. And I'm saying, when did we go away from wanting to keep yourself revealed and save that for your person? When did we go from that to just wanting to just show our body all the time? But and my thing is this: it's your body, I get that, and I'm not trying to tell you how to do it, but my thing is this: I always tell people that you know you got to respect yourself before anybody else respects you. So as a woman, if you're saying that you want a guy that cares about you, you want a guy that wants you for who you are, not just your body, then you have to carry yourself in a different spirit. The spirit that y'all walk in, y'all don't warrant that. So what y'all attract is not what you're claiming that you want. But if you did want that, why not make adjustments to try to pull that into your life? So we was looking at so I was talking to a coworker of mine yesterday, and I was just telling her about everything that Judge Joe Brown was saying about Kamala Harris. And then she was like, yeah, man, she don't be knowing what she be talking about. She was showing me some clips. And then she's like, did you see the other day she had somebody on stage twerking? I'm like, hold up. Huh? She's like, yeah, she had somebody on stage twerking. So I'm looking like, I'm literally scratching my head because I'm like, huh? But, you know, I didn't think nothing of it. So I literally was just laying in the bed, just woke up from a nap, and I was on YouTube, and sure as shit stank, I come up with the video pops up on my timeline with her. Yeah, she got Megan Thee Stallion on stage, and I'm not quite sure if Megan was twerking too, which I'm assuming she was, but the girl who was up there was twerking. And this is what I'm saying. This is America's version of the black woman that's being seen around the world. This is the presidential debate. This isn't no music video. This isn't no TV show. This is the United States this is global. This is where grown men and women are looking and seeing this is a representation. So when you take that of the black woman, and when you see the black woman in other aspects, and when you see it makes it hard. The many bad makes it hard for the few good. Like when you got women out there who's actually good black women, hardworking black women, honorable black women who don't portray or act in that light, it's hard because majority of what you see is that. So we always like to talk about the gangsterism when it comes to the young black males in America with the gangster rap and all that type of movies and stuff. But what why haven't we put enough focus on the hoism that's being pushed just as much as that? So you saying, okay, yeah, you're right. Gangsterism and rap has had young black America in the chokehold for years, and not just young black America, because it's older people who don't even who's not cut from the streets, who don't come from the streets, but they try to think like a person from the street. So they'll try to put street codes on law-abiding citizens. So if you're a guy who never grew up in there and you report a crime, they're gonna call you a snitch and you a rat. When the whole definition of snitching comes from if you commit a crime with somebody and you're trying to get out of the punishment of said crime by telling and giving up information and placing it all on this person to where you can walk away scot-free. You see what I'm saying? So the same thing is being promoted with the young black females. I look at, man, I'm telling you, when you look across social media and you look at a lot of women, more specifically, because I'm talking to my community of the black women, it's rare that you can go on the internet, on Instagram, Facebook, and see a picture where they're not half naked. And that's the majority of their pictures. It's rare that you see that. It's very rare. Every picture they showing their body off. That lets you know that they have no other substance outside of that. So they have no other value than sex. They're not posting them being nurturers. They're not posting them being leaders. They're not posting them being great moms or great, sisters or, great aunts. They're not showing that side. They're only showing the side of the hoism. That's all they're showing. So you correlate those with that. Man, I'm myself personally, and I'm not saying that I aimed for this. I'm not in a relationship with a black woman. I'm in a relationship with a white woman. So, but it was never like, oh, I don't like black women, I want white women. The relationship I ended up in is with a person I care about, but it happened without us even trying to make it happen. But when I look at a lot of the ones that I was interested in, a lot of black women I was interested in, when I hear them talk, it eradicated all interest from there. When I hear it, how they don't like the word, they want to complain, they want to cry about everything. They don't, you know what I mean? Like, and then when you hear their expectation of what they want from a man, I'm saying, how can you want that, but you don't even bring half of what you want to the table? I'm talking about not even a fraction of it. But you thinking just because you got a nice body and I show my body off that I can attract the man that I desire? Yeah, you might be right temporarily. But a man that has the means isn't going to want to deal with you because what substance do you have? I went after a woman that I seen that I could build a future with, a woman that I could have kids and not have to worry about a whole bunch of complications with, a woman that I can have things I never had when I was growing up, which is core family values, a woman that we can sit at the table at least one time out the week to eat as a family, no phones or anything like that. I grew up, for the most part, being raised by a single mom, my mom. Shout out to my mom. That's another version of a black woman that doesn't get showed enough, a woman who worked her ass off to put me and my sister through, from elementary, middle school to high school, especially me, because my sister was in high school, was pretty older when her and my dad separated and divorced. And that ain't no knock to my dad, he just wasn't around like that. But my mom to me, that's my hero. My grandmother to me, those are my heroes because these are women that I look up to, strong black women. My grandmother right now I always tell people that my grandmother is if she's a preacher, and if an angel existed in human form, it would be my grandmother. Let me give you a small breakdown of why I speak this highly of this woman. This is a black woman, strong black woman, for all those people that's going to be in the comments saying, oh, you just don't like black women. Oh, you just hate black women. These are examples of strong black women that I wish that we can be glorified, because the ones that's commenting and saying that, you're the ones that's the problem. If you comment on that. And if you're a guy and you come in and saying the same thing that they're saying, you are part of the problem. So this is why I love my grandmother. So my grandmother takes care of everyone in her family, and for the most part. You know what I mean? She has 2 sons, then she has a couple other sons that she took in. She has an adopted daughter. And my whole life, man, from earliest memory up until now, I've always known her to be for the family. She put everybody else's needs over her own. I'm talking about over her own. If you ask, Grandma, can I get this? Yeah, I never asked her for nothing because I didn't want to be another person that's pulling from her because she has so much. But the thing is, she'll, like 2 Christmases ago, She was like, she asked me what kind of Jordans do I want? And I was like, nah, grandma, you ain't got to give me nothing for Christmas. Just a happy Christmas is enough for me. And she's like, no, I want to get all my grandkids some Jordans. I was like, no, you ain't got to give me none. Anyways, she goes and gets some anyway. You know what I mean? And that's just one instant. She had a situation a few years back where she ended up having a stroke. So she's still recovering from that. Trying to get full feeling of her body back. So I look at her fighting through that, and who knows, behind closed doors it might be different, but I'm not seeing her feeling sorry for herself. I'm not seeing her cursing God and saying, why me, and saying this and that. She's going through it, and she's had other complications and problems that come along at the same time with that, but she's going through it and she's fighting, and she's still putting people's needs and wants over her own. This is a woman that a part of who she is put her in a position because she's playing so many different parts. She's being a lifeline for so many different people other than herself. And that's what got her here, but she's still doing that because that's who she is. See, those are the black women, the Harriet Tubmans, the Rosa Parks, the women who pushed forward and paved the way for us. And this is how we honor a lot of them with the Megan Thee Stallions, the Glorrillas, the Sexy Red. And at the end of the day, y'all making y'all money. I can't knock a person who's making money, especially if it's the legal way, but I look at what you're pushing and what you're promoting, and that's not cool. I don't like that. That's just like even when you look at when you go into a lot of these jobs, fast food restaurants, anything else, and you see these black women there with these attitudes, these are the representations, direct line of representations. You're not running across the women like my grandmother on a day-to-day basis. You run across her every so often, and it shifts your mind because based off your encounters or based off what you're seeing, if you are a different race or even if you are the black race, you will formulate an opinion about black women based off of that. You have nothing positive to see from it. From the music to the shows, the love and hip hop, the reality bullshit, you don't have nothing positive. So when you run up against my grandmother, she rewires things and make you be like, dang, I guess they're not all the same. They're all different. You know what I mean? It's just a lot harder to find. So, to get back on topic about that situation, I don't respect it. I don't like it. I don't condone it. And you will never see me siding with that bull crap because I'm looking at, we got an opportunity to, and let's just say something. Let's just say, hypothetically speaking, if Kamala Harris was black, and we had the opportunity to make history, to to for one, have the first female president of the United States, and for two, to have a black female president of the United States. That speaks volumes because you would assume that based off the history of the United States that it would have been a white lady in the White House well before it would have been a black lady. So let's just say that was what it is. And this is what we got to show for that. A twerking motherfucker on stage, a twerking woman on stage. This is what we got to show. So that lets us know that you have no substance here and all the substance is here. And you're going to win this with sexual, with sexual exposure. Because you already know, you got the women riding with you just because of that. And then now you got the ratchet women riding with you because of your association with Megan Thee Stallion. You know what I mean? So you got to wake up, man, and you got to pay attention to things. But that right there, I most definitely don't condone. Yeah, and like I said, man, like I told you, I went right here. I still got some stuff right here waiting too that I got to speak on too, but I'm gonna save that for another video. So if you guys did enjoy this video, man, do me a big favor, man. Smash that thumbs up button. Also, if you're new to the channel, man, make sure you subscribe. And when you subscribe, click that post notification bell. That way you be notified every time I upload. Because just like the GOAT Drizzy Drake say, man, I got these videos coming back to back. I'll see y'all in the next video. I'm out this thing. Peace.